It's Soul 106.3, the Midday Mood Show. I am Lady Red, and we are in the building, no lie, with one of my favorites. Oh, Neyo, three-time Grammy Award-winning songwriter, producer. I mean, I got some new candies, entrepreneur. He's doing stuff that we did not know about.
Indeed.
And clothes, what don't you do? Is a shorter list?
There's a list. There's a list.
Well, welcome to the show. We appreciate you guys. Chicago loves you.
Man, that's love. I love Chicago. Appreciate it. Yeah, man.
And we know you are here. You're on tour.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The For My Fans tour is myself, Mario, and the legendary Mary J. Blige. Yeah, man, shows have been amazing, and I'm more than certain that Chicago is going to be no exception.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, the show is so amazing that we bought tickets to several cities, okay?
That's what's up. All right, cool.
Yeah, Chicago, I love you. I mean, your music, you have written some of the greatest female anthems, and I'm just like, where do you get your, I guess, muse inspiration to write for us?
Well, I grew up in a house full of women. My mother, my sister, my grandmother, and 5 aunts till I was like 16. And growing up in that household, you learn to appreciate the strength of a woman, not just physical strength, but just the emotional strength. My mom is the strongest woman that I've ever encountered in life in my 45 years, the strongest woman ever. And she's always been my hero. It's funny that, with the things going on in my life currently, and I hear people say things like he disrespects women and all that, when it's like, y'all don't understand. I champion women on a regular basis because I understand the strength of a woman. I understand the plight of a woman. Now, mind you, I'm not perfect. I've definitely made my mistakes, but at the same time, nothing could be further from the truth in regard to whether or not I have the utmost and absolute respect for women. That's crazy for somebody to think that I would disrespect women just by being in the kind of relationship that I'm in currently. Like, that's ridiculous to me. But I mean, it is what it is. People gonna talk because people talk. It is what it is.
Of course they gonna talk, and you got them certainly talking. And for those of you that don't know what he's talking about, he's in a relationship.
Yeah.
With several women.
4 to be exact. Yes.
4 to be exact. Mm-hmm. And so that's what he's talking about when, people feel like he's disrespecting women. But if they're agreeing to it, I don't.
Yeah, where does the disrespect come in when everybody's being honest? I ain't lying to nobody. I ain't selling no dreams. I ain't blowing no smoke. Where is it? Where am I disrespecting at? But I mean, again, I try my best not to let the silliness that people talk and say get to me, because at the end of the day, it's all entertainment anyway. The same person talking crazy about me will see me in person and be my biggest fan. It is what it's always. That's how it's always been. So I don't really trip off it. It is what it is.
Yeah, and a lot of fans do trip off of it. They be trolling already.
Yeah, and it's entertainment. You sitting at the house drinking orange juice, waiting on me to respond to the crazy thing you done said on IG. When I understand more than most that it takes time and energy to sit there and write a post. You took time out your day to say something crazy to me. Meanwhile, I'm happy as hell over here. I ain't tripping off nothing. I'm really not.
Do you feel like that news is overshadowing, what you do, because more people want to talk about that as opposed to like the music? And
I mean, I'm not really tripping. I'm not tripping off what gets you in the room. I feel like my music and my talent and what it is I'm doing is what keeps you in the room. But if that's what got your attention initially, all right, so what? So be it. That's fine.
Yeah, let's talk about that new music.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. New single out right now. It's called Show Me. It's a very sexy, very sensual record. On purpose, you know what I'm saying? I decided to go ahead and be the change that I wanted to see in regard to, just what's been going on in R&B over the last few years. Mind you, I've been saying this over the last few weeks because I've been doing a lot of interviews, but I gotta take this opportunity to give credit to the cats that are keeping R&B alive. Shout to that boy Chris Brown. Everybody doing their residual challenge right now, which is dope. I ain't jumped on yet. Give me a minute. Shouts to the boy Leon Thomas. Love what he does. Shouts to the ladies that are holding down R&B with SZA. Summer Walker, LMA, all of the women that are just really, really keeping the genre keeping true to the genre. Like I honestly, the women are holding it down a little stronger than the men right now. You know what I mean? So I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it.
That part. Do you feel like people are falling out of love and not wanting to be in like marriages now? So this is the thing to be single. So you more so putting out, instead of love songs, you putting out
toxic songs.
Yes.
I think that I think that everybody has a little bit of PTSD. You know what I'm saying? You get hurt one time real good and you feel like that's what it's always going to be, so you shy away. You know what I'm saying? You get bit by a dog, all of a sudden you're afraid of all dogs. I get that. I understand that. But at the same time, I feel like love is the energy of love is perfect. It's us that's imperfect, and we you know, tend to do it the wrong way, and that's what happens. That doesn't mean you give up on love. You know, one person did it wrong. That don't mean that every instance of love that you encounter is going to be bad. But you know, I mean, but again, it's hard to tell somebody that's truly and genuinely had their heart broken before. You know, I just think it takes a little bit of maturity and a little bit of courage, a little bit of bravery on that person's part to get out there and try again. Because, you know, again, just because it happened bad one time, two times, don't mean that the third or fourth time is going to be bad. It's just a matter of being patient enough to wait on that person that's going to show you love the right way. And that person is out there. You just gotta keep your eyes open. It's out there.
You found 4 of them.
Indeed.
Is that the cap, or how does that work?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I didn't intend on it being 4. Like, it kind of just happened like that. So I'm not gonna say that there is a cap, but at the same time, spread pretty thin right now. You know what I mean? Four lovely women that I deal with, 7 beautiful children that I you know, cater to on a regular basis. I don't got a whole lot of room for a whole lot much else, you know, with career and all of that on top of it. So yeah, I won't say that I'm done at 4. I'll say that I'm very happy where I'm at right now.
Okay, so the application's on hold, ladies. Okay, until he decides that. But but you happy, and that is all.
That's the important part.
I guess that matters.
Yeah.
And the outside relationships that are close to you, I'm assuming, are okay. Did you have a talk with like anyone to say?
My mom is, you know, a little cooler than the average bear. However, you know, she's definitely old fashioned. So I had to explain to her you know, we definitely had a conversation about it. You know, she was under the belief that it's not possible to love more than one person, and I'm like, who puts a cap on love? Who's to say that what's possible or impossible in regard to love? Love is energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. Energy can only be distributed and moved from vessel to vessel. So who's to say that, you know, you're only allowed one vessel? I'm not saying that monogamy don't work. I'm not bashing monogamy. I know people that have figured out how to make that thing work with just one person beautifully for years, and more power to them. I'm speaking on what works for me. This is what works for me. I tried monogamy. I've tried it over the years, and I've just never been able to put all my energy or find everything I need in just one person. I've never been able to do that. You know what I mean? So where I'm at now, the 4 women that I'm with, I honestly can say that everything that I would want or need from a woman, I have in these 4. It's just the reality of it. It's my reality, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm not knocking anything that has to do with love. Like, as long as you're loving somebody, I'm cool with it.
Man,
but
we need it nowadays, man.
But how do you explain that or convey that? Like, let's just say you having a talk with your kids, and you do you say it's okay to have several, or do you preach monogamy to them? I'm
very honest with my kids about every aspect of my life. My kids know that I have 4 women that I deal with. They've met them all. My kids know love, period. They know love. They are taken care of well by everybody around them, be it their mothers, be it these 4 women, be it my mother, whoever it is that's around them. My kids know love, and that's all they know. You know, I don't go into the details that you ain't supposed to talk to kids about in the first damn place. Like, come on, man. I ain't stupid. But then on the other side of it, yeah, they see dad with these 4 different women, and they ask questions, and I answer these questions as honestly and openly as I can as honestly and openly as I can in regard to when you're talking to a child. You know, you don't talk to them the way you would talk to an adult, but you make sure that you explain it in a way that they understand. And my kids is cool. Again, they know love. That's the bottom line, and they good with it.
Bottom line, love, as long as love is in it, yeah, it is appreciated. And speaking of love, Sexy Love is my favorite song by you.
Yeah, you got good taste.
The lyrics, the beat, like it just, that's my joint.
Definitely one
it
of
makes
the
me
ones. Yeah,
get a
man.
speeding ticket every time. So I should possibly be sending those tickets to you when I be hitting
there
the
you go.
gas
There
when that
you go.
joint come
Shout out
on.
to Stargate, man. Shout out to Stargate. I gotta holler at my brothers from Norwegian mothers. We ain't talked in a while. Yeah, but that's one of the many that we did together. So shout out to the boys Stargate, wherever they are on the face of the planet right now.
Absolutely. Like you say, you're on tour with Mary and Mario. You gave Mario his first hit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So for those of you that didn't know, you can let me love you. That is this man sitting across from the table from me. You have just so many anthems, and now you have brought in music pops.
Yeah,
but
so
we're gonna go up live. We're gonna go up
expanded-
live though.
Okay.
All right, cool. Because I'm gonna let John's mix is playing. We got 1 minute before his mix cut off. So we are going to talk to the people live.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Hold on. Okay. It's the mix ending. Hold on. Neo's in the building, y'all. I'm excited. No. Let me not fan out, okay?
It's all good.
Let me not
It's all
fan
good.
out. I'm just like, man, when I tell you,
I ain't mad.
you have the anthems, man. Rihanna, like Chicago's finest. J Hud, stop playing with her.
Yeah, man.
Hold on, we finna go up live. Ooh, come on, DJ Lil John, with this mix. James Brown, we need that money. You hear that voice in the background? He got that money. That is none other than 3-time Grammy Award winning Neyo is in the building, Chicago.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Happy to be here. What's going on, Chi-Town? What's up?
Hey, he's in town. The concert is tomorrow,
Yes,
to be
indeed.
exact.
Tomorrow, the For My Fans tour. Mario, myself, and the legendary Mary J. Blige. Get your tickets if you ain't got them yet. Get there early, all right? You want to get this full experience. You want to get Mario set, my set, and then, of course, Mary J. Blige is bringing it home. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one.
You do not want to miss it. Just like that DJ Lil John Day Party mix. You know he had the Neyo mix and all of that good stuff. And make sure you hit up John on his website if you want to cop any of those mixes, okay? DJLilJohn.com. You can catch him in the 5 o'clock hour. He probably going to have a Neyo mix in the 5 o'clock hour. And trust me when I tell you, like me, when Neyo we got So Sick coming up in the day party anthem, but when I hear Sexy Love, I put my foot on the gas. So I'm warning Chicago, when you hear Neyo, do not send the tickets to the station. Send them to him.
Don't send them to me. Hold on. Don't send them to me.
And he has new music coming out, guys. So you absolutely tell them about your new single that's coming.
Yes, indeed. I got a new joint out right now. It's called Show Me. Very sexy, very sensual song. It's one of the ones to add to your baby making playlist, to your chilling with your boo playlist. It's one of those, all right? It's one of those. If you have a child based on this song, congratulations or I'm sorry. One of the two applies. One of the two.
Yeah, we are in the studio with the Grammy Award winning songwriting legend. I'm going to say it because he has written the anthem that we all know. Irreplaceable.
Yes,
you
indeed.
have got to be a cruel person to say, if I bought it, please don't touch.
That's the reality of it. What you talking about? That's real.
And then when you was like, I called you a cab, like the whole song.
You know what? It's a true story. It's actually a true story. It's the story of one of my, I told you not too long ago, I grew up in a house full of women. So I had one particular aunt that always had a boyfriend, right? She was the one that just every month she had a brand new boyfriend. For the beginning of the month, it was I love him so much. At the end of the month, he wasn't nothing. He was trash. All right, so this one particular dude stuck around a little longer than everybody else, and she just knew that he was the one, and it was love. She bought this man a car, bought him all kind of stuff that she honestly couldn't afford her damn self, but she was in love, so she was buying stuff for this dude. Come to find out, this dude is rolling around town in that same car with another woman. Moving around with some other chick. So yeah, that day he came to the house, I remember I might have been 10 or 11 years old, and I'm sitting in the living room and watching TV. I can hear everything going on in the other room because the house is very small. So he go in the room to where she at. He asking about some leather jacket, and she's like, oh yeah, to the left. Yeah, all your stuff is in that box to the left of the closet right there. And it just escalated from there. And you know, he walking out the house with the box talking about, you ain't gonna never find nobody love you the way I loved you, and all of that. And I just remember it being the funniest thing in the world. And I had to tell the story. I initially wrote the song trying to flip it and write it as if, you know, I was gonna sing it, but I realized in that moment that kind of the message and the messenger both count. You know what I mean? I could have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, she'll be here in a minute, coming from a dude. Don't necessarily, you know, that sounds a little mean. That's a little misogynistic, right? A woman in the same situation, you find out your man been cheating and you say something like, I could have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute. Comes across empowering. That's her taking our power back. You know what I mean? So yeah. I learned a very valuable lesson through this song. So shout out to Beyonce for making it the hit that everybody knows and loves, and shout out to my auntie for the story in general.
Yeah. What's auntie name? Thank you, auntie.
I ain't gonna say her name because she was mad at me when I first wrote the song. I'm putting my business in the street. Right, hell wrong with you? But then when the song went to #1, she was like, you know what? If it's anything else from that time you remember, you go ahead and
feel free to use
it. You know, I saw the prettiest Mercedes Benz the other day. I'm like, man, if you don't get the hell out of yeah.
All right.
It was definitely one of those moments.
Neyo, guys, and Beyonce, she did justice to the song. That song had brothers losing all summer long.
Man, it was baby daddies and boyfriends mad at me for a long time behind that song. And it's all right. Y'all will be all right.
Yes.
Y'all will be all right.
Neyo, guys, he's in concert tomorrow. He has new music. Show Me. We are about to talk about this music pop.
Yeah. Some other ventures. So listen, I'm expanding on my portfolio a little bit. All right, so you hold it in your hand. So here's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Tasty Sounds. It is a lollipop. There's a button on the base of the lollipop, right? You push the button, you put the lollipop in your mouth, you bite down on it, and you can hear my song playing in your head.
Dope.
Yes.
Dope.
Yes.
All right, y'all. We're going to get back to it, and I'm going to talk with him a little bit more. We got Neyo So Sick on the way. I know y'all sick. Y'all not up in the studio with me, but nah. All right. We got Janet Jackson as well, Maxwell, and Prince. Stick around.
What up, everybody? This is Neyo kicking it on Soul 106.3, Chicago's R&B.